You can do everything right. You can be loyal. You can provide all of the bills, pay everything 100%. You can do everything perfect. Be the man who exactly women say that they want. But yet, you still can lose the relationship because one day she may say that being good is not enough, that just providing is not enough, that there's problems that she comes to you with. Now, you as a man is thinking, how do I solve these problems? If I'm already doing everything that is expected, what more else could I do? But she's thinking of a problem that needs to be understood about how she feels about the problem. You're looking for a problem to solve. She's looking for her emotions to be felt. So you're sitting there thinking that you're doing everything right, and what else do you have to do to improve upon that? When she's thinking, she needs you to understand how she feels about this situation that she's coming to you with. And that's where emotional leadership comes in for the man. In that moment, it's not a time for you to start listing statistics. That's not going to lead her emotionally. When she's worried, when she's anxious, when she's fearful, when she's upset or angry, that is not the time for you to be worried, for you to become fearful, for you to be upset, or for you to become anxious. That is a time that when she is worried, you bring calmness to the situation. When she is upset, you bring reassurance and joy towards the situation. You can lead the woman emotionally, but if you're sitting there matching energy, going back and forth, word for word, trying to kind of like force her to understand it and see it your way, you see, you can become right and then you'll be all alone. Or you can understand the woman's emotions and how she feels and connect with her at an emotional level. That is masculine leadership on another level that most guys totally get wrong, and they just look for a problem to solve and they drive themselves nuts because everything that they're doing is according to what they expect for a man to do in a relationship, which is provide the tangibles, pay the bills, fix repairs around the house, things like that. But a woman is not seeing that as meeting her emotional needs. And that's when the man has to connect to her at an emotional level and say, I understand how you feel. Believe me, I feel you. You have to empathize with her in the moment. But then you gotta be like, baby, come on. This is what it is. I understand how you feel, but look, you don't have to worry about this situation. And you have to reassure her and back it up with the results. So, there's no more masculine man than the man Jesus Christ. And when things got rough, when he looked death in the face and the crowds wanted to stone him and toss him off of cliffs, or when his disciples was on the ship and they see the storm raging and the waters and the waves crashing against the boat, and they get worried. Well, Peter, when he's even out there on the water and starts to sink and gets worried and put out his hand for Jesus to save him. Jesus is always the calming man in the situation. The man who takes the chaotic moment and instead of matching chaos with chaos, he calms the situation in a lot of these moments. When there's a time to get rowdy, he will. But most of these situations you see, he meets the chaos and calms it. And through his masculine leadership, the ultimate masculine example, he calms the situation. Peace, be still. Or instead of freaking out when the crowd wants to grab him and stone him, he slips on out, calmly just slips on out, blends in with the crowd, slips on out. He's calm. That's how you have to be with your lady. You have to calm that situation. Remember, she's coming to a problem. She's presenting a problem to you, not for you to just necessarily solve in the moment, but first connect with her at an emotional level to understand how she feels about the problem. Then after that, you calm and you calm that moment. You be the calm in it. You be the relaxation in it. You settle the moment. You put at ease the anxiety. And that will make you show the leadership that you should show in the marriage, in the relationship. God bless. Peace, love, and blessings.